All right, welcome back. It's Sunday, March 1st, 2009. As we talked about last night, we're going to cover our Amber Alert cases. We actually have two more that we're adding tonight, and then we're going to go over our three older cases, which is case number 280, 281, and 282, in that order. First of all, Deborah and Kinsley are with us. How you guys doing?
I'm fine.
Fine, and thank you guys in the chat room for waiting. It seems like we're getting a later and later start every night, but we kind of want to be a little bit prepared. So what we're going to do first is we're going to talk about our current and new Amber Alerts. So as always, we're going to start with Adji. Now, Adji is case number 648. As we've been mentioning, for the past couple of weeks, please go to findadji.com and register. Any information that you have on this case is very, very important. Going back over the case file real quick, it was opened on January 14th of 2009. I still think he followed a dog or something like that, and then there's this guy that speaks French. All that information is in case number 648. We have some maps. I'm not sure if the area's been searched or not. What it looks like, what I have right here, it doesn't look good, but we're hoping and praying that Adji is somewhere out of this area, because he was in the elements. I don't feel that he'd be alive, but once again, I don't think that any feelings of death or anything, which is good, and I keep seeing over and over again, Adji found, and the number, hang on one second, the number 29 keeps seeming to be coming up. As far as that, I've done some additional work on this case. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows for Adji, the last show being really last night. We didn't really go into detail. Show number 25, which is on the 26th, we did. Deborah, is there anything else new on this case?
Last night, Adji was featured on America's Most Wanted.
Yes, he was. I TiVoed it. Didn't get a chance to see it.
Along with 3 other and children and some missing adults.
Right.
So that was really wonderful. They featured Adji and Haleigh and Amber, that we're going to talk about shortly, and then the other Amber Alert that we're going to cover, that would be Deborah.
Okay. Kinsley, I know that you watched it, correct?
I did.
And they brought up the human trafficking, which we've done 2 shows on.
Right.
That's true. What did they put out? What information? What did they say?
They showed his mother, and his mother was basically pleading, saying that they need him back, they want him back.
Okay.
In addition to that, I did learn a little bit of extra information. His nickname is Gigi.
Okay. Can you spell that?
I would be guessing that it's the J-I, or the Adji. I'd be guessing it's J-I-J-I, but they didn't spell it, but that's what I would be guessing because of how his name is spelled.
Okay. It's an awkward spelling, A-D-J-I. Okay, so I've got that up there. So they went into human trafficking. Did they go into detail and mention any statistics that we've been talking about?
No.
Okay. Did they mention any warnings to family members of what they should be looking out for if their children plan on taking senior trips and stuff like that this year?
I did not see anything about that.
Okay. How much airtime did Adji get?
I would be guessing somewhere between 3 and 4 minutes.
Who came on first?
Haleigh, they didn't even do a case on her. They just said, as you know, she's missing. We hope that she's found, basically. Showed her stats, and then went straight to, I think, Adji was next.
Okay, okay. All right.
They didn't really do a story on her. They just showed her stats and moved straight ahead.
Okay. Deborah, anything else on Adji? I think we're gonna have to do a redo on that one. It's still coming up this. Well, at least I'm getting the same area. And that area is not too far from where he went missing. And like I said, I hope that he's not in that area because I don't see him being alive in that area. That area is approximately, I'd say, a mile from Bell Circle to the west. There's actually a road it crosses over. There's a little island out there, and that path may or may not be there. I don't know. And then it talks about this guy that speaks French. And that's all I know. I am glad, thanks to John Walsh, America's Most Wanted, for covering this story. And let's hope that spreads the word further. Deborah, anything else for Adji?
Thank you that you're willing to redo it again, even though you're not coming up with different results.
Yeah, well, a lot of times, if the longer period of time, I think, the seems for me to be a little bit easier as far as doing the dream drawings. But one thing if you notice, a lot of times when I do a redo, I get a lot of the same information. I consider that a good sign. I mean, I think a lot of times it's more specific, but I consider that a good sign. That means that I'm on the right person, I think. Go ahead.
In a lot of cases, when America's Most Wanted is giving coverage to a missing person or to fugitives or whoever it may be that they cover, that tends to spark other national media and local media too to start covering that. And that's been our big problem.
Right.
As far as Adji's concerned, is, I don't mean this in a bad way, but Haleigh's been getting a lot of coverage. And
right.
We want to see some coverage going to Adji. We'd like to see coverage going to everyone that's missing. I know there's a lot of missing people, but things have really got to improve in that respect.
Well said. Like you said, a major media outlet puts it out there like America's Most Wanted, and it seems like a lot of other news agencies pick that up because they don't want to be outdone. They don't want to be looking like, well, we don't care about Adji, so let's do a story. We don't care how it gets out there, just get it out there. And for Adji's sake, at this point, his picture needs to be everywhere. If there's any other additional pictures that the family or somebody may have, please forward them to either America's Most Wanted or to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I think they do a very good job. Deborah has talked about Kinko's. I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but Kinko's actually has a thing. I think it's a manager approval for missing children. They will print up to a certain number of flyers for any missing children as long as they're in the database. So you could go to your local Kinko's. Kinsley, I think you said that too. You can go. Was that Kinsley? Said that? Okay.
You have to have the manager's approval on however many copies they say. It's not a standardized thing.
Okay. So you should be able to just go to any Kinko's and say, hey, this child's missing. Can you please print up some flyers? Right?
Correct.
Okay. And I think FedEx owns Kinko's. I hope that Staples, Office Max, and everybody else already has that policy in place. And if they don't, please do it. I know it can't cost too much money to print a couple hundred flyers or something like that. When people come in and print flyers, they might want to buy something. So that benefits everybody. So thank you, Kinko's, for doing that. I lost my train of thought. With especially the Kinko's in the areas around Florida, very important. But at this time he could be anywhere, including Mexico, Puerto Rico, or whatever. I just hope he's not where I had him. But yes, Deborah, let's do another one on this one. I don't know exactly sure tonight, tomorrow, or whatever. Let's do that.
You can tomorrow night, yes.
Okay.
Writing it down.
Okay. Thank you. We're moving on to the next case. Don't really need too much introduction. That's Haleigh Ann Marie Cummings. Deborah, can you sum us up real quickly on her disappearance and what we've done so far?
Well, actually, I'm going to ask Kinsley to do that because she has been doing the bulk of the research and posting it in the forum. So she's keeping up to date on that, and she knows more about that.
Sure.
So, Kinsley, would you mind?
Yeah, anybody just jump in. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Okay.
Basically, to make a long story short, we heard various different stories on it. You've done a couple of dreams on it.
Mm-hmm.
There's been he said, she said, a lot of drama. Overall, we're still looking for Haleigh. Nobody knows where she is. No one knows where she's located. We have no real clues. They did have 3 cadaver dogs hit on the trash can at construction dumpster out the little ways, about 50-second walk is what they called it, from the Cummings trailer. However, they didn't find anything once they emptied that. Aside from that, the trailer has now been released back to them, but they're not going in because there's too many memories of Haleigh, and she's also still missing. And I've heard today that they are coming in with the trailer for the mother. They have 2 separate camps. They're coming in with the trailer for the mother as well.
Okay. Thank you. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows, I believe, on this. Not in entirely, but we've mentioned this case. I think I've done 3 separate dream drawings on this. From looking at this, I do think that I don't think that Haleigh was actually in that trailer at the time. and I say that for a lot of reasons. If you just go to case 673, you'll see what I'm talking about. Once again, I think it's really important that the police, if they haven't done it, please check the school, the kindergarten, to see if the mother or the grandparents have made a call into there for some reason or another, and they hung up. I do know that those calls should still be, they should still have a record, and the phone company keeps records forever. If they haven't done that, please do so. Dream Drawing says they cleaned the trailer. I'm not exactly sure, but I do know that a lot of things did fall in line as far as, not in same room. There's something Dream Drawing at 211. I think it recently came out in the news that the girlfriend was not even in the house now, or something like that. Either way, if the girlfriend's not in the house, she told police she was, she's lying for some reason or another. There's no doubt about that. What is she covering up? I don't know. Hopefully, maybe it's a boyfriend. Maybe she had another boyfriend or something. But I do think that the girlfriend knows something, and I do think that the family definitely has something to do with this. No feelings of death so far, and that's the way it looks. So at this point, I think she is alive, and I still believe she's in this trailer in Jacksonville, Florida. Could be totally wrong, but that's what I got. I also was on a video stream today with Gail St. John, Travis, and Reggie, who are psychics that I've worked with in the past, very good ones. And I was pleased to find out that the information that they have seemed to kind of match what I have. There was a lot of things that were off, but the main thing that I got is that everybody seemed to feel that Haleigh was still alive. And I'll tell you what, that's the best thing I can get, because that'll motivate me to do more. Even though it's a popular story, I will do a redo on this one. It won't be as soon as getting Adji's done, but I will do it. Once again, it's case number 673. If you guys get a chance to see the video we did, I put the embed code on the case file. It will be at the bottom. It'll be right above tonight's rebroadcast or archives. All right, thank you guys on this one. Is there anything else we need to discuss for Haleigh? Anything in the news? I discussed with Gail that even though cadaver dogs did hit on a dumpster, a lot of things are thrown in there, be it feminine products or whatever that might have blood. Cadaver dogs, from what I know, will only hit on deceased human bodies, not a squirrel, not a dead animal, only human things. And I did some reading, and apparently humans, we all smell differently when we're alive. As soon as we die, the decaying process, I guess that the carbon dioxide and the fumes that come out seem to we all die the same way. When we die, we all smell the same. And that's why cadaver dogs are so accurate, because I believe that they just train those on that one scent. They're not tracking dogs. They're cadaver dogs. And there's a big difference when the media puts out dogs did this and dogs did that. If they say hit, to me a hit means that they found something that would be not alive, other than a search dog or let's say bloodhounds. Bloodhounds track. They track certain scents. You actually have something part of that person, or part of something that person was wearing. So with a cadaver dog, I think a cadaver dog's job is basically very simple. It's just going for one smell. It knows that smell as long as you keep training those dogs. That either way, I'm really happy that that some psychics actually came in and it kind of confirmed what I was saying. And we were talking about statistically, it's not looking very good for Haleigh. I realized that what the percentages are of her being live and other statistics, what's going on. But I hope that she's safe. Anything else on that one, guys?
I would.
Did you go back to last night?
Oh, whoa, yes, I sure did. Thank you for reminding me that. Let me get that up right. Hold on a second.
I thought I heard.
Yep, sure did. That's actually. Hang on one second. Yeah. What it basically says is it just says Haleigh tomorrow, March 2nd. News, and that's all that says. But that's what I brought up on the show, and the dream drawing will be scanned. It's just one of these pages here from last night. Yeah, thank you for that. I didn't forget all about that. If this is true, then some news as far as Haleigh will come out tomorrow. Hopefully that she's found safe, and this whole thing was just some type of charade to try to get money. And it does bring up money on here, and it says $150,000. Maybe that was a ploy to try to get somebody like Leonard or somebody like that, because pretty similar in age. The name is just uncanny about the Kaylee Anthony case, so maybe that's just not a coincidence. I will get that dream posted though, along with two other ones But yeah, thank you, Kinsley. That's is very important, and I'll post that dream drawing in the in the thing. So anything else on this one?
There's something I'd like to bring up, Brian.
Sure.
She went missing on February 10th.
Okay.
She was last seen, actually, that can be verified on the 9th.
Okay.
At, when she was put to bed.
Mm-hmm.
But the call was made at about 3:30, I think, 27th exact, in the morning on February 10th.
Okay.
So the Amber Alert came out, and you did the case right away. It says that it's opened on the 11th, but that's because you posted on the 11th. It takes the overnight for you to do it.
Right.
So many of the things did mention, that there were reports on things, but so many of the things that you came up with to begin with
Mm-hmm.
have just trickled right out as far as this case has played itself out.
Yeah.
But I want people to know that when there's Amber Alert issued, we really try to pay attention to that and to be on top of it. But we can't always catch every single one of them. We may miss them. So please let us know when there's Amber Alerts.
Yeah, exactly. Amber Alerts, I may disagree with our Amber Alert system. I think that it needs an overhaul. There are too many regulations and red tape that requires for you to initiate an Amber Alert. I mean, it goes from there must be a vehicle, there must be a description of a person, the child must be in danger. I think it should be up to local authorities to decide if it should be an Amber Alert or not. Let them make the call, and if they were wrong, because most of them are runaways, we know that, they don't face any repercussions. It's no big deal. You're trying to help. I think anybody trying to help should not be criticized or whatever. It should be. It needs to be, because there's so many Amber Alerts that should have been, and it could have helped, and the child's dead.
Right.
So,
and in my eyes, if a child is missing,
right.
That's an Amber Alert.
There is a cry wolf theory. We don't want to keep saying that, but like I said, then leave it up to local law enforcement who know the case. That's their job. Let that person, let that detective, let that sergeant, whatever, let him make that, he or she make that call, which should be an Amber Alert or not, and it should be instant. And it is. We do have a good Amber Alert. As far as that, we do have a system of getting stuff out there that I do know, working with the Madeline case and some other people in Europe. They're trying to do the same, but I keep convincing them. I said, listen, don't just because we have one doesn't mean that it's perfect. Go with something. I mean, I really think that you need to have local law enforcement be in charge of whatever it's an Amber Alert or not. But yeah, if you read the guidelines, there's some crazy things that you need. And when a child goes missing, the first 24 hours are very important. Actually, the first few hours are really important. But that's the way it is. So we do have. I think we have a system in place, but it could be relooked at, I think. All right. So speaking of Amber Alerts, I think we have case number 681, which is Amber Leeanne DuBois, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me open up that case and get the image up real quick. Okay, this is a picture of Amber right here. As far as I know, I've done some work on this one. Okay, yeah, the case was actually, who requested that case, Deborah? That was just an Amber Alert request, right?
It was requested via email.
Okay.
It was not an official Amber Alert, but we decided to make it one.
Okay. Because I'm looking on here and I don't see a person request. I see the thing you print out. One other thing I want to tell you guys: if you look when you open these case files, you'll see a printout. What Deborah does is she sends me just the basic information as far as this person goes. In Amber's case, it was just the picture off whatever website she got it from, and some names. That's really all I use. I'll take just a picture and a name, and that's it. And I'll fold it up usually. Like I will say twice, and put it under my pillow actually, and then I get what I can get. Sometimes I don't get something, and sometimes I do. That's what that is. If you'll see that each time. For Amber's case, it was open on February 23rd, about a week ago. And now we haven't covered this case in detail yet, have we?
No, we haven't. This
Okay.
is the first time we're discussing this one.
Okay, so Deborah, let's get the information first.
Okay, her name is Amber Leeanne DuBois. Her date of birth is October 25th, 1994. She's been missing since February 13th of this year. 5 feet 5 inches tall, blue eyes. She's a Caucasian female, 14 years old, 140 pounds, brown hair, She's missing from Escondido, California. The last time she was seen was around 7 o'clock in the morning. She was on her way to school. She used her cell phone to phone a friend. At this point, they're not thinking that she ran away, and they're not thinking that she could have harmed herself in any way. They're leaning toward the kidnapping angle. That Friday, when she was going to school, was a special day for her. She had a check with her, and she was to pay for a lamb. She was getting a lamb for FFA, and she was really excited about her baby lamb. And from everything that I've looked at and read, she's a very well-grounded teenage young lady, and she was just excited about getting her lamb and seeing her friends. She was carrying a whole bunch of Valentine gifts to give out at school to her friends. There was one time that her cell phone was on after she went missing, and that was on Saturday for about 20 seconds. They have done searching on the ground looking for her, and trying to figure this out. And so far they don't have anything to go on.
Okay. All right, thank you. The first set of dream drawings was done on the 22nd. What it says is just across border, Kalai, digital camera. She has it, number 37. I was just looking at an image. I think I know something right now, but let me continue on. Second dream drawing says Kalai safe. The notes below it says report says she was missing from how do you pronounce that?
Escondido?
Escondido, California. Using Google Earth, I did find a Kalai road right across the border. Now, if you look at the map below, there is a Kalai. I won't even begin to pronounce that, but the road starts with the word Kalai, and I do believe it's in Mexico. Okay. Now, going back up to what I just saw, there is a digital camera. It says camera. It says digital camera. That I see that, and I'm looking at that. I've seen this somewhere. That is a Hannah, Montana digital kids camera. I've seen it in Walmart. And I'm almost positive that's what that is now. That's what I noticed right there. The number 37 might be something important. So anyways, we got a map. There's a map posted of that road. Really, it's a pretty large area. It looks pretty congested. On the 28th, I did another dream drawing, and what it says is two-door, Tijuana, 6 kilometers southwest Kalai. Kalai came up again. Okay, Tijuana is just across the United States border with Mexico, and there is a Kalai road again. I think it's the same exact place, and this to me looks like some type of maybe warehouse or something like that, or some type of shop or something. Those might be windows at the top or banners. I'm not exactly sure, but there is a two-door opening in there, and it looks to me like maybe like the swinging doors in the restaurant or something like that. Not exactly sure, but I do know that Kalai came up twice, and Tijuana. And once again, I put a map of what I have right there, and that's all I have for this case. Anything else, Deborah?
When you brought up Tijuana, Mexico, and with them for the most part eliminating that it could be a runaway situation or that she would harm herself, like suicide, I have to wonder at this point, since it's close to Mexico and stuff like that, if we might be dealing with a human trafficking situation.
That could be true. I also want to bring up once again, there's no. I have to draw this again for you guys. And it's always almost the same like this. It's like a really warm white light something, and a lot of times I'll draw that. That's not there on this one either. So to me, that's good. Go on, Deborah.
Could you put it closer to the camera? You can't.
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. I can't see the. Okay. I can see the camera now. That's not a dream drawing. It's just what I just drew right there. Okay. So if you see that, I'm not saying I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what I felt in the death, or in the dream, and that meant death. And once again, guys, death is when I felt a wonderful feeling. It's actually it's really hard to explain, but you're really at peace. There's it's really warm. I guess it's in no thought. I guess you would consider it nirvana or whatever, but it's not like a lot of people maybe think it is. Apparently we don't know if we died before, unless you believe in reincarnation. Then we've done it plenty of times before. But like I said, it's no big deal, and it doesn't hurt. If that's any comfort.
Here's something, man.
Yeah.
Staff has called attention to the fact that a white van tried to grab a lady
Where?
who looked like Amber.
Where?
And staff says the same day. And
That's
the lady
important.
I had heard that it happened a couple weeks.
Can we get a link? Is that a news story or something?
I had too. I heard it was a couple weeks prior.
Okay, let's get. That's important.
It's listed in the news story somewhere.
I'm thinking it might have been like February 2nd or something, or January 2nd, whatever day it was.
Okay.
Was it she went missing?
She went missing on the 13th, I think.
Yeah, I think it was February 2nd that they tried to grab a girl that looked like Amber.
Okay, let's see if we can get more information on that. And
also, you mentioned Kalai.
yeah, Kalai.
My husband's saying that is Spanish for road or street.
Okay. Well, then there's a whole bunch of them then. Okay, he's correct. Yeah, actually, that helped. But that means that they're all over the place, and he's correct. They are all over the place. So, and I know Tijuana is a pretty big place. Deborah, I guess we'll have to try to do more on this one too. Yeah, well, he's right though. There is. I'm looking now. There's one. I should even notice this before. Don't wonder why I found a Kalai so fast. Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 on here. And that's on the Tijuana map. There's actually 2 maps. But either way, like I said, there's no feelings of death. But this should probably be something we should redo, as possible. Human trafficking, kidnapping is human trafficking. I don't care how you call it. But yeah, you're right. As far as this meeting the human trafficking standards, taking to Mexico, it happens all the time. One more thing I want to bring up. I did hear some news reports about a private detective they hired saying something. This was some type of prank or stunt. Did you guys hear that too?
I heard that it could have been at like Valentine's Day stunt gone wrong or something.
Okay. I didn't get any of that. I don't know where that's coming from, and to put something out like that, I mean, I don't know. Apparently, they know more than I do, but I don't understand about that. But I did hear that they say it's some type of stunt.
If that is the case, I hope that does not discourage people
Right.
from looking for Amber.
That's something that can hurt. Yeah, us talking about it can still hurt. I know we're reporting it, but yeah, anytime anybody's missing, there is a danger involved, and to even say the word stunt or prank or something like that could actually, say, oh, it's just a stunt. Okay, well, let's not look for her. That's not the case. Her picture's right there. Please, see it again. Go to Kinko's, spread the picture around, because that's how people are found. The media is the way more people are found than anything else. Look at America's Most Wanted. Look at all the people they found, fugitives and everything else. That's not because of America's Most Wanted. That's because of you guys. That's because of our, the viewers. That's not from them. That's not John Walsh. That's them. Or that's you guys. That's us. I think we all know that.
Over that she is not the runaway type.
Okay, I don't buy that. I mean, that's fine, but everybody's not the runaway type. You don't know. You have to look at all aspects. I mean, don't completely discount that either. You know what I'm saying? That's coming from the what's that?
There's always a first time for everything.
Right. Okay. Moving on. We have another Amber Alert case, and I believe that's case number 684. Right? Breanna Woodside. Am I correct on that one?
Yes, you are.
Good. Okay, let me get the case open real quick. Okay, now this is a new one. Case number 684, Breanna Woodside. Her picture is right there. The case was actually requested by Deborah as an Amber Alert, I believe, last night. I have the information. It's done. It's posted, and if you check on the website now, it should be up there. So anyways, the case was opened today. These are the dreams from 12/28/09. Breanna Woodside. And Deborah, can you give us fill us in on what's going on?
Yes, I can. The Amber Alert was issued yesterday, well actually Saturday, well it's midnight now, it's 12 a.m. on Monday. But it was a Saturday Amber Alert. However, the last time she was seen was early in the morning on Friday when her father picked her up. And that is who she is apparently with. I'll say something about that in a minute. Her name is Breanna Woodside. She has blonde hair, hazel eyes. She's a Caucasian female, 2 years old, 3 feet tall, 35 pounds. Her blonde hair is straight and it's longer, it's past her shoulders. She was last seen wearing purple sweatpants, a purple and pink striped shirt, black jacket with pink lining, and shoes. Suspect for this one is the biological father. He was getting her for visitation. That's the last time he was seen. However, he did not return her. His name is Miles Woodside. He has red hair. Sometimes he has his head shaved, though. He has blue eyes. He's a white male, 30 years old, 6 feet 1 inch tall, 190 pounds. He has a tattoo with symbols on it between his upper shoulders. He was last seen wearing loose jeans and sneakers. Now, she's missing from Frankfort, Kentucky. And it was 6:30 in the morning on Friday when they last saw her with him. He picked Breanna up from a police station for visitation, and he was supposed to return her to her mother at 4 p.m. Police say that he is armed and possibly dangerous. It has come out today that he has a .38 caliber pistol with him. They call him dangerous because of being armed and also because of suicide tendencies. He could be driving and was last seen driving it when he picked her up, a 1997 Lincoln Town Car, Kentucky license plate number 064BAA. And that's what's going on right now. It came out today about the .38 caliber pistol. But with this being an Amber Alert and it issued Saturday afternoon, there's not a lot of information out there yet, and hopefully there won't need to be. She'll be found soon.
Okay, thank you. You said Kentucky. Hang on a second then. Okay, this was done last night. It says Hart's Toothbrush, Fayetteville, Kentucky, March 3rd, 2009, 9:47 local time. That to me looks like some type of mobile home or trailer, not like you live in all the time. Something like you would go on, maybe take a trip to the woods with. But looking at this, it could be possible that she could be found in Fayetteville. And I know of a Fayetteville. I used to live there. It's Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I'll bring that up in a second. But it says Kentucky. March 3rd, which should be the day after tomorrow. Well, actually, it's midnight now, so it would be tomorrow. So looking at that, it might mean that she will be found, hopefully safe, on March 3rd at 9:47 local time. Be wherever that might be. The next stream drawing says McDonald's camera has video number 4, green 32114. Now that might have been that might be a zip code. I do know the Fayetteville zip code, and that's not it. But there is an area called Fayetteville or something similar to that. But it says Kentucky, and I think that's significant because doing the research on this, you'll see on the bottom, it says that I know of a Fayetteville, North Carolina. Location missing was not in requestable research. Earlier before the show, I had asked Deborah about the location. So it does say Kentucky. She went missing where?
She went missing from Kentucky, Frankfort, Kentucky.
Okay. This might, if nothing happens by the 3rd, let's do a redo. Okay, but right now, no feelings of death, and nothing other than that. This, I don't know who this is a picture of, but it says green. I think that's a green shirt. And if there's millions of McDonald's, or there's thousands of McDonald's, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to help. But if there's this particular McDonald's in question, it would be camera number 4, I believe. And 32114. I'm sure you guys can look that up as a zip code. Okay. Okay, that's definitely not Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is actually Fort Bragg. That's how I know that. I do know there's a lot of Fayettevilles, though.
Oh, yeah. There's one in Tennessee, there's one in Georgia.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
The closest thing that I can find, and I wanted to ask you, could it possibly be Lexington Fayette?
I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is what you know. This is all I have. I'm sure it could be, but I did write Fayetteville.
The reason I'm asking is that is in Kentucky.
Okay.
But there is no Fayetteville in Kentucky.
I've got Google Earth here, but let's move on. Okay, so as far as this, Deborah, let's make notes on this case. If nothing happens by COB on the 3rd, let's redo that. Okay?
Okay.
And a happy, today's the 2nd, but happy March, everybody. Okay, so moving on, we have one more Amber Alert case. That would be case number 685. Deborah Forzala? Is that how you pronounce it? Forzal? Forzan. Okay. Deborah Forzan.
She does go by her middle name, though.
Okay.
It seems. They use middle name a lot.
Okay.
That would be Kalai, K-A-I, or K-A-L-A-I.
Okay. Let me get the case open. That's case number 685. That was also open last night. That should be. I published that a little while ago. That should be up there on the missing persons site there, and it's should be the last case right now. If you're looking right now, it's case number 685. Once again, this was an Amber Alert, Deborah, or not?
The reason that I gave you this case is because when looking at the lineup for America's Most Wanted, she was listed as the 4th person to be covered. And there had not been a case request, and since there had not been an Amber Alert, I didn't realize it had happened, and she went missing February 2nd, so I thought it took a priority. She is young.
Okay.
She's 14.
Okay. Okay, so let's, I have the DDs up. Do you have additional information for this case?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Deborah Kalai Forzan, her date of birth is July 18th, 1994. She's been missing since February 2nd of this year. She's 14 years old, Caucasian female, blonde hair, blue eyes, 5 feet 2 inches tall, 120 pounds. She's missing from Oklahoma. There is a photo and statistics, the vital statistics for the person that they believe she's with. And it's a 41-year-old male. His name is James Reimer, R-E-I-M-E-R. Date of birth, February 21st, 1968. He's a Caucasian male, brown hair, blue eyes. He sometimes grows a beard and sometimes has a clean-shaved face. 5 feet 10 inches tall, 280 pounds. She was last seen February 2nd. They believe she was traveling from Oklahoma to California with James Reimer. They may be traveling in a white 1994 Mercury Cougar with Oklahoma license plates number VRW932. This vehicle has significant front-end damage. There is a felony warrant on file for James. Deborah has pierced ears. She may dye her hair black. She has a birthmark on the back of her arm, and she may go by the middle name Kalai, as I mentioned to you. James goes by Jim quite a bit. They advise to use caution. He is armed and dangerous, and this one really, really bothers me because there is no 41-year-old man that should want to be with a 14-year-old girl. She's the child, and this just really bothers me. This one does, and of course he's armed and dangerous.
Okay.
So that's what I have on her so far.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah. Let me get the case. I was actually over. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. The DDs are done. They're up. They're posted. 12/28/09 is actually the date. You know, I realize it's in the morning or whatever, but usually I post when I say today is today. Well, it's still today to me, even though it's actually the 2nd. It's 12/09. It's whatever. But what it says on here, it says Deborah is in his car going to motel in Second Life, Sacramento, California, green truck outside. Okay, going to motel in Second Life could mean something different to different people. I know that Second Life is actually a video game, an interactive worldwide internet video game, and I'm sure there's plenty of motels in Second Life. I'm not exactly sure what that means, But that's why I don't think it's a actual. I think it's a virtual motel. That's what I'm trying to say. Green truck outside. The next thing down says New Mexico Diner. And that's why I told you, I said not sure. It says basically not sure under it. That's why I told you, Deborah, I have not a clue of where this person could be, other than what's there. It says Sacramento, California, but then New Mexico Diner. I don't know. But being if something's in Second Life, that's pretty pretty hard to figure out. I don't exactly know. What I think on this one is she's not located right away. Generally, a lot of Amber Alert people are located right away. Let's redo that one. Any thoughts or comments on this one?
Well, she has been missing since February 2nd, and this was not an official Amber Alert. We made it one.
Okay.
So I guess we give it a couple days, and if she's not located, then that's a redo also?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I hate to say everything can't be a redo, but, you know, I think when it comes to children, and 14-year-old is a child, and if you're talking about how old was this person again?
40.
That's disgusting.
41. Yeah, it's disgusting.
Okay, what
disgusting pig.
What parents would allow that to begin with? But that would be a whole nother topic. Yeah, let's. One good thing then, and possibly if he's with her or something, more than likely maybe she hasn't been harmed. As far as life-threatening harm, the rest of it is I don't even want to talk about it. Thank you guys on this one. Go ahead.
You mentioned Second Life.
Mm-hmm.
You have mentioned, that you hope and you've experienced and you're hopeful that police and law enforcement are watching. If they are, that might be something worth looking into. They can track down an account, see if he has an account in Second Life.
Good point. Very good point. If this guy has an account in Second Life, look in there. Maybe there's something in there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very good.
If she has an account, maybe they're interacting together on that, and they can locate and track down where they're actually at.
Well, forget about MySpace and Facebook at this point to get the little girls, right? For these perverts, they're on to Second Life now, and Sass has made a couple comments in chat regarding Second Life. She said it's a virtual chat site, and Second Life is a way to rebuild a fantasy life. She says could be how she met him. Yes. I mean, I get all
I have seen when I actually talked with Kevin. Kevin had a Second Life account. I tried it one time. It was kind of cool, but I'm an adult and it's kind of not something. Maybe if you're.
They get married in Second Life, I guess.
Yeah, I think I agree that, but
Deborah. They can have sex in Second Life.
That's wonderful. Great.
It's not where you want your kids to go. For everyone listening.
I think the best thing I've ever heard so far, guys, as far as when we talked about human trafficking, is what Deborah said. Put your computer in a public place. That's it, and have no other computer. No Wi-Fi. Hook it right to the router or whatever. Put it in a public place. There you go. And make sure that all your friends, he or she, their parents do the same thing. There we go. Your kids are your kids. They're your friends. But you're a parent first. And I know I might sound like, well, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Okay, fine and dandy. Yes, I have three kids. The oldest one is 6, but I am going to do my best to let them know that this is not going to be happening. We've seen too much. Speaking of kids, my wife is pregnant, guys. I have an ultrasound in the morning. We're going to go do that. So I'm going to have to end this show, and we will do the other 3 cases again tomorrow, and I apologize for that, but I have to really do get up early in the morning. So thank you, Kinsley, and thank you, Deborah. We still have a few more minutes if you guys want to say anything else. I know you guys got started. When Deborah hears about human trafficking, she just goes on, and she has a good reason to.
I do. I do go on and on. I had to inform 16 to 19-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
They hadn't heard of human trafficking, and I say this on every human trafficking show. I say it every time I get a chance to. They did not know the definition, what it was. They had never heard about it, didn't realize it existed. And it's not just your children that need to know, but talk to everybody and explain it. But I believe that if the young people, especially with spending so much time on MySpace and Facebook, which they do try to get a lot of people that way, and now we have to worry about Second Life, they need to be aware. So the creepers, or whatever you want to call them, do not make them fall for it. They offer them modeling contracts and other things, and I'm sorry, but they don't just see someone's photo and give them a contract. It doesn't work that way, but young people don't understand that. So awareness needs to be spread about human trafficking as a whole.
Thank you, Deborah. We got 20 seconds. Again, guys, this is Adji. He's not getting the attention that he needs still. I know America Most Wanted, whatever. Please go to findadji.com or any other site that's helping promote Adji and spread the picture, words, and ever. Thank you again for joining us. Good night.